Jeremiah chapter 9 foretells of the destruction of Jerusalem, Judah, and many of the surrounding nations. The reason is because they were circumcised merely in the flesh and were not circumcised in the heart. This is explained in Jeremiah 9 verses 25 and 26. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will punish all those who are circumcised merely in the flesh: Egypt, Judah, Edom, and the sons of Ammon, Moab, and all who dwell in the desert, who cut the corners of their hair. For all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in heart. Circumcision was a sign of the covenant between God and Israel, and a symbol of their spiritual purity. God says He will punish those that are merely circumcised in the flesh, and then He identifies the nation of Judah along with several other surrounding nations. The implication is that these other people were also practicing circumcision, and that is, in fact, the case. The ancient historian Herodotus reports, "The Colchians, Egyptians, and Ethiopians alone of all the races of men have practiced circumcision from the first. The Phoenicians and the Syrians who dwell in Palestine confess themselves that they have learnt it from the Egyptians, and the Syrians about the river of Thermodon and the river of Parthenios, and the Macronians who are their neighbors, say that they have learnt it lately from the Colchians. These are the only races of men who practice circumcision, and these evidently practice it in the same manner as the Egyptians." I have no way of knowing if this record from Herodotus is perfectly accurate, but I have no doubt that the idea is true. Many of the ancient peoples, including the neighbors of Israel, were practicing circumcision in connection to religious duties. Concerning the Egyptians, Herodotus said this, "They are religious excessively beyond all other men, and with regard to this they have customs as follows. They drink from cups of bronze and rinse them out every day, and not some only do this, but all. They wear garments of linen always newly washed, and this they make a special point of practice. They circumcise themselves for the sake of cleanliness, preferring to be clean rather than comely. The priests shave themselves all over their bodies every other day, so that no lice or any other foul thing may come upon them when they minister to the gods." The Lord's point here in Jeremiah 9 is that's not good enough. Physical circumcision doesn't make anyone holy. Not Israel, not Egypt, not anyone. This passage in Jeremiah actually foreshadows the end of physical circumcision as a divine ordinance. There is a circumcision required, but it's the circumcision of the heart. Romans 2 verses 28 to 29, "For no one is a Jew who is merely one outwardly, nor is circumcision outward and physical, but a Jew is one inwardly, and circumcision is a matter of the heart, by the Spirit, not by the letter. His praise is not from man, but from God." The Apostle Paul is confirming that physical circumcision does not make a man holy before God. Jewish rites and rituals are not the substance of faith. And so he says in Galatians 5 verse 6, "For in Christ Jesus neither circumcision nor uncircumcision counts for anything, but only faith working through love." So, do you need to be circumcised? Absolutely you do. But the circumcision of the Messianic covenant is a work of God, when He cuts off your fleshly nature when you are baptized into Christ. The Apostle Paul explains this in Colossians 2, verses 11 and 12. "In Him also you were circumcised with a circumcision made without hands, by putting off the body of the flesh by the circumcision of Christ, having been buried with Him in baptism, in which you were also raised with Him through faith in the powerful working of God, who raised Him from the dead." When we are baptized with faith in Christ, God cuts off the sins of our flesh and initiates our transformation into the image of His Son. This is now the circumcision that applies to all people everywhere for all time. Thanks for listening.